Well, it's a great day here at Drake Custom Base. I am Andrew, and in the shop today we have a couple bases that have been sent in for warranty recertification and some repair work. Usually, warranty recertification means that they are either being ready to be sold or they're secondhand. Because as many of you know who been watching this channel, if you purchase a secondhand Drake custom instrument and pay for shipping to and from my shop, I can check the base over and recertify the warranty. The warranty is only good for the original buyer, and I do like to keep the quality of my instruments high, so I have extended the courtesy that when a client or somebody has purchased a second hand Drake custom base, then if they send it to me, I will look it over, check that everything's functioning the way it was designed to, and I can recertify the warranty for the new owner. Some things we will definitely be doing on some of these bases is fret ends. I can feel fret ends sticking out, and that happens over time. Usually that first cold, dry winter, the fret ends stick out. The base is going to be completely set up with new strings. We're going to tune it BEADG, and we're going to put a proper B string on here, a proper 5-string set. The truss rod definitely needs to be adjusted. I'm pretty sure it works. I've not really had any of my truss rods ever fail, but I will be checking that out too. Rosie's going to help me here. We're going to take these bases apart and give them a thorough cleaning, and I'm going to fix things. Like, I think that I could probably, especially since I'm putting a B on here, I'm going to have to tighten the spacing here a little bit. The finish is in great condition, but we'll be cleaning up the fingerboard and polishing the frets for sure. Here we go. One thing that I see here, I've started using hard wax oil as a finish on my necks, and that was after this base had been made. So this is the same roasted quarter sawn maple that I use regularly on my instruments, but this one's only finished in beeswax. Therefore, it looks a little pale and a little dry, and it doesn't feel quite as nice as the hard wax oil. So for free of charge, I'm going to actually refinish this neck for the client. That's one of the things that I will do. My skills as a builder have gotten better over the years, so whenever I find something on one of these recertification instruments that I feel like I could have done a better job, or it was definitely I used the wrong product or something like that, I usually fix that free of charge. The client doesn't have to pay for that, because I like to keep the quality of the instruments high. If the client had dropped it and broke a horn or something like that, then that's on them, and I will send them notice of how much it would cost to fix it, and I'll do the work if they choose to. This base seems to be in great condition. I don't see any major wear or tear. The frets don't seem to be chewed up at all. The Evo wire that I used, it's not quite as hard as stainless steel, but it's harder than the nickel silver, so it tends to last pretty well, although it does sometimes darken. So I'm going to shine these all up and polish them up when we treat the fingerboard. So I'll probably just document this whole process so you can see what we do. Rosie and I will be tearing this one apart here in a little bit. Stay tuned. There is a asymmetrical carve to the neck, and I may normalize that a little bit, make it more conventional, because that may not be for everybody. But yeah, we're going to give the base a good cleaning, test all the equipment on here. This particular base has the Aguilar DCB, which is dual bar magnet pickups. and it is a passive bass, and it's wired volume blend tone. The cavity is rather big on this bass, so it could be made to have a preamp, but it does not at this time. I'm a bit in Rosie's way here, so I'm going to be quick about this. I just want to run down the specs of the bass real quick. This has a quarter sawn roasted maple neck. The peg head is faced with walnut, some figured walnut there, and as you can see there's an accent line involved that matches the body. We have an ebony fretboard, gold Evo fret wire that's of a smaller gauge. We have lumen lay side dot inlays, and this is a 33 scale, if I haven't mentioned that yet. It's a 33 scale bass, and it has a narrower spacing, more like I see on Ibanez 5 strings, but this one is set up for E through C, and we're going to convert that over to a B through G tuning. On the body we have some nice figured walnut over swamp ash. There's an accent line, as you can see here. I talked about the pickups, the Aguilar pickups, hip shot bridge, and this is aluminum tray with brass saddles. On the back side, and it's nice to see there's no belt rash or anything like that. It's in great condition. This is a one-piece swamp ash body. And this is that roasted quarter sawn maple. But as you can see, it's rather pale. And so this only is finished with a beeswax finish. And this is what we used back in 2019 when we made the bass. We've moved on to hard wax oil, which makes the wood look a little bit darker and more richer, and it feels nicer on the hands. So we're going to be converting that over as soon as she gets the neck off. We're going to prep the neck. Yeah, it all looks in good shape. She's using a little naphtha to remove some of the accumulated grime. Before we do any kind of oil finish or even sanding, we like to wipe things down because waxes and hand oils sometimes just make mud when you try to sand with fine grits, because we're not going to use a very heavy grit at all for sanding, so we don't want all the gum to load the paper. Alright, since this neck has a pretty severe asymmetrical carve, and this was by design, I'm going to take a little bit off this side just to make it a little bit more conventional. There is a dent or a ding there I'm going to remove as well. And I'm just going to use my scraper. If you wait until the coldest, driest part of the winter, when the fret sprouts are at their worst, and you take care of them then, there's a very good likelihood that you will not have to deal with that problem again, unless the wood was not properly seasoned when the instrument was built. Or if you do have to deal with it again, it might be a long time down the road. But right now, since we're almost into spring, these frets were actually starting to go back into the wood. The wood was starting to rehydrate. Our area has gotten a lot more humidity going now than there was during the winter. But I still was able to remove some of the protruding fret wire, so should be fine for a few years. Well, just finished making a new nut. This one's out of black tusk. And it's cut for the larger gauge strings that we're going to be putting on this base. Then an application of Glue Boost. It's the thin viscosity version. Just a very thin wipe. This is to seal the ebony, as the hard wax oil does not like to cure on resinous woods like ebony, rosewood, things like that. And so that just seals that in. Very thin. Little accelerator. And the same for the other side. Applying a coat of hard wax oil to the entire back of the neck. as you saw in the video, we took care of the fret ends. We gave everything a nice polish and a cleaning. We did cut the new nut so that it can take a regular 5-string set of strings. So it's now tuned B through G instead of E through C. Everything's set up nicely. There's just no marks anywhere else on this base, so it's in great condition. I don't know if it shows in the video, but we ended up using 2 coats of hard wax oil after sanding the neck because this neck does predate my hard wax oil finish. So it just had beeswax on this. Feels so much better. And I think the new owner is going to love this. The wood looks nicer. Yeah, just better all the way around. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up. I do thank you for watching this far into the video. We're getting very close to our goal of 1,000 subscribers. And for those of you who know, YouTube, that's a big milestone for a new YouTube channel. So if you have not done so, please click that subscribe button. All right, until next video, this is Andrew with Drake Custom Base, and take it easy.